Good morning. This morning, I'm going to talk about the wisdom parami, the perfection of wisdom. In the exterior mundane side, how to apply the wisdom into the life and how to establish wisdom to this very life. That's why what I observe to my understandings when I can remember. Wisdom is connected to ambitious, hero, and authority. How we see this life when we come to the Dhamma. The first we encounter is the Dhamma king or the Dhamma prince. Then the second is hero, means the leader which can come into the front line to solve the problem and bear the hardship work in his own shoulder in order that he is responsible and this is the duty. This is what he can serve. The third one is authority. Means in this standard, he will be the advance. He will be the forerunner. People need to follow up in order that he is guided. So Dhamma is the only thing in Buddhism we mention. This is true. We cannot say that we learn the truth and then our personality not move forward. That is not practical. When you see the Buddha, he trained himself before he become ascetic. He already learned how to skillfully govern this nation. So he is a prince of the country. So all that kind of professional training here, he is not forgot, ambitious. So the Greek mind is very important. After that, in Buddhism, we call that vow, means hope for something, targeting to the goal. Ambitious is a great mind. Without this mind, you have no bow to carry the Dhamma. In Chinese, we're not using that word as abuse, but we say that don't be a vice in the house. Need to be a man to take care of the house, take care of the family means. So in the old day, woman in a family is second class. He's not responsible to big duty. Means like, oh, this house in danger, man will go first. So that means husband will be take care and rescue and make them safe, make them easy to grow, put their family into fortune. Like that. So, bigger power into the country, you need to have ambitious. Without ambitious, no wisdom can grow in this mind. If you can grow, that wisdom is small. Cannot overcome selfish in the small part area. So we can see that a lot of monks, the whole life only work for small family or small house, maybe called a temple, maybe called a monastery, but the Buddha is not. He is wanderer, a traveler for the Dhamma, across the borderline, always in Magadha, Kusala, Kula. That is what I can see. That is the world, modern country, world's strong city. So he always go there, look for the talents, tell them what to do. Look for someone to search for the truth. Tell them, this is the viewpoint. What it means of the truth. So that kind of ambitious, as you come to monastery, that is a little bit touching to me. Because when I was 20, that is my life that have lots of, darkness in the third developed country. After colony by Englishmen, the country independent, but the whole country is a mess and poverty, no road being built up to discipline people. Like, I come to this country, I like this country is because they have the road. Not only have the road, people follow the road. 30 years ago, government is talking about people's benefit mostly, not only for the enterprise, big companies benefit, but mostly is more come to middle class and the poor. Everywhere is opportunity. What opportunity? After my age, I cannot go back to school in the third country. But in the West, I see the hope. Hero there. Nurse, physician, engineer, even though carpenter, any walk of the life, you can become the hero. They come and help you. I attach to this because I see the hope. maybe in this day, I see the decline a little bit. But I still have the viewpoint that this is the authority. You know, this country is only, you know, respect, power. What power? You need to have some ability to open up that capability in order that you can give more, you can serve better. This is the authority for the whole region prosperity. So become a leader of the Dhamma, if not based on this ambitious hero and authority, I think you learn the Dhamma also, not much you can do to open up your mind. So open up your mind internationally. You see, in the Chinese Buddhism, big three refuge, you need to save all living beings. Bigger than the international. If you open to international, maybe only for humankind, mankind. But as the Dhamma is for all living beings, rescue. For all living beings' benefit. So become a Dhamma king. It's like become the authority of the awakened himself. When I become the supreme enlightenment, when I reach to the supreme goal, so what can I see? What can I decide to act for? So when I come back to read all the autobiography, that is most my time. I like to entertain. I am not that kind of rush. Need to entertain for, you know, what we call that, entertainment for the sensuals attachment. No, my entertainment have meaning. So when I watch a frame and anything, that I put my notebook there, you know, in order that I will pick up something that not been remembered or not been contacted. So I need to write down. That is what I study, or maybe a little bit investigate in the shortcut. So I need to, you know, fulfill this, seal up this leak, in order that I have more advance to myself. When people ask, or when people invited you, come to certain opinions, advice, then I will give them authority to become more perfection in their personality. So wisdom is something that by purifying certain side effects condition to upgrading them to advance, so make them more in the highest position, seeing things in the more powerful of the life, who can bear more hardship and difficult work. So come into become a monk or become a novice, we call that a queen or a prince. Not an ordinary, not a low being. He will predict that the coming day become king. So that specially new treatment need to be put into professional. I grow tomato, what kind of new treatment or fertilizer I need to add differently, put into potato, put into sweet potato. So then need specialists. So for my life, not only I learned how to practice, but I am more open to know the world better according to their reality. So wisdom should go two parts. One is not misunderstand the reality. The second one is from the reality, how can we advance into more higher perspective, seeing that is the destination who overcome this state, moving into more free, more bigger world in order that let these harmonies or peace can work out properly, be supported by that condition. So you are authority of the Dharma. You are the hero, but this hero is not using weapon to kill, but using all the truth to rescue. And to let them free, not bound them in certain area, so that they don't see bigger world. They don't connect it to the future freedom. This is the first part of wisdom. After the renunciation, when we talk about renunciation, then you grow wisdom. Then we back to the Buddha's life himself. After the basics of his father king, help him to establish. Then he go to the renunciation. After renunciation, he found the Dharma, and after discovering the Dharma, he back to the world. He not, walk the different way. He just back to the same condition of the world. In that reality, he is cover these three: ambitious, hero, and authority. Because of after discovering the Dharma, he uses truth to purify these three condition. Make that 3 conditions is perfection into applying. Now, I want to say into the reality what I found in the, autobiography. The first, what I know in the Chinese history, the first monk, maybe you don't know him, and I didn't know his name in the English, but I can just say that in northern part, when the when the Russian that part, when one race is very strong, we call it Hulen. Hulen means not the Chinese people, but out of Chinese territory, they become very strong in the Mongolian side, so they come invent China. So once he invent China, you see the Chinese people is so civilized in the agriculture. It's not like the hunting culture. So that they see, they are very civilized. The life is very in order, not the barbarian. So they come with the barbarian culture. So the facing into civilization is very different. More discipline, more in the what we call the manner of life, more role. So that how can I become, authority? They can obey and they can follow us, Gawa. So they think of what can I look for in order that the Chinese people will see this as advanced. This is a monk. So that monk is called Fortuchen. I will look the name in the Sanskrit script for you later on. So this, monks from the Silk Road come to China. He is the authority of the Dhamma. Very wise. So because of his Dharma is so advanced, his name, what we call that in Chinese, a monk have a great name. Like right now in United States, when you want to read the book, you may know him. He is Bhikkhu Bodhi, like that. So he is authority in something, Then when you come to his, you will know him immediately. So that is Fortuchen become very famous in great name of the Dhamma. So being invited by the king, become his, what we call that, 军师. 军师 means the 顾问叫什么
Minister? Advisor?
Advice. Means the teacher of the country, the great advisor of the politics. So he is the first one that what I mean. And I read his autobiography. I become hero. Suddenly I see that a monk not only, work for a small group of people. You need to work until this, how to make the authority become big name. You stay there, people will invite you. Because you are the authority in that field. The second one is the Monkey King's teacher. You know Monkey King? You do know Monkey King? It is a novel called the journey to the West novel, the writing that called The Journeys to the West, a very famous novelist writing, novel writing. Yeah. So the Monkey King's teacher called Tang Xianzhang, who is the, you need to read it, we have it, I think Dan Ye have one book left here. Another book is written by the ambassador, a female ambassador of English come to China. So his private research is this topic. Yeah, Tang Xianzhang, who helped become the advisor of the Tang dynasty. Two kings, his father and his son. Yeah. These two kings' advisor is Tang Xianzhang. So Tang Xianzhang is in the 7th century, walked to India, Nalanda University. After that, it took 19 years and then come back to China. When he come back to China, he showed Chinese government what he got, the list of all the correction, all the books, what he correct in Indian side, bring back to China. The king lined up 3 million people into the gate open to the west and welcome him back. Because in that time, no any such one tell the stories of the West. He is another authority of the biography that I like to read, and then he is the one who bring me a lot of ambitious. Become a monk, need to have a great vow. If this lifetime not going to be processed into perfection, no problem. Working hard to make this mind and heart become great. When I see someone in this country say, "Great American is back," I say, great human heart need to come back. Without great human heart, great land is not. You cannot make it. That's enough today, this morning. Talk about the autobiography is so important and makes sense to my own knowledge. Bring all this knowledge into purifying so that I can see individual personalities become pure and become great is possible. If only you can see this path, then your life will be different according to the Dharma. Lastly, I want to say, one monk in the Thai tradition, after that, his picture will make into a small, a small 小佛像. Yeah, small statue. You know, like the cross you wear in the neck. Yeah, but his small, you know, image of him is way to everyone. You know, the most valuable, what is called? What do you call that? Small necklace. Yeah, small necklace. Most famous one. His name is called Sumdet Puttajando. And a lot of us in Thailand in that time is said, this Greek monk is the life Arhat. So I didn't read his book, but I hear a lot of hearsay about his life. It just made me that, if become monk, need to become like that. Alright, that's enough today, sharing with you. I hope that it will bring you some encouragement.